Hello, everybody. It's time once again for Minnesota Twins 2016 Strat Advanced Baseball. As many of you know, I'm replaying the 2016 Minnesota Twins season in Strat Advanced. Today's game is game 66 of that replay, featuring the New York Yankees traveling to Minnesota to take on the Twins. Today's pitching matchup is Sabathia for the Yankees and Kyle Gibson for the Twins. And we'll just get started with the game. I'll announce all the players as they come up. So leading off for the Yankees and playing center field is Jacoby Ellsbury. 2-6 against a righty, and that's a single for Ellsbury. And he is an A Steeler, and Suzuki is a +2, so he'd be a 1-15. We'll let Brett Gardner hold the stick here. So they will hold him on. 1-4. Fielder's choice. That's Nunez over to Dozier, but they can't get Gardner at first. And Gardner is also an A Steeler, and he will take off. Whoops, 1-15. And that's an 8, and he steals it. Puts a runner on second for Carlos Beltran, the right fielder. Oh, Gardner is playing left field today. 1-8, and that's a pop out to short. And that's 2 away in the top half of the first. And the designated hitter is Alex Rodriguez, playing cleanup. 6-7, that's the second base. That's Dozier. Brian Dozier, he is a 2. And a 4. Is that going to be good enough? Yes, it is. So the Yankees go down in the first inning, and we go to the bottom half of the first. It is the Yankees nothing, and the Twins coming to bat. Okay. And here's Sabathia taking the mound. If any of you were wondering or have already know what CC stands for, it is good for you. It is Karsten Charles Sabathia. Is what CC stands for. It's his first and middle name. All right, leading off and playing third base is Eduardo Nunez. 4-8 to the righty. That's a fly ball to center field. That's caught by Ellsbury. All right, here's Robbie Grossman. 5-10. That's a weak fly ball to center field. Again, caught by Ellsbury. 2 away. And here is Brian Dozier. 2-3. And against the lefty, he gets plunked. So Dozier, let's see, be 1-15, 1-14. Nah, not in the first inning. It's not that important situation. They'll let Plouffe swing the bat. 1-3, and that's a base hit. Sneaks through into left field. Gardner has a -1 arm. They were holding on Dozier. 1-16. They will send him. They will not throw through. So runners on first and third with 2 outs. And here's Byung-Ho Park. 1-8, and that's a high pop-up to the third baseman, Chase Headley. He puts it away, and the Yankees get out of trouble in the first inning. Your score after 1 complete, the Yankees nothing and the Twins nothing. All right, and Gibson will face the catcher, Brian McCann. Lefty versus righty. 3-6. Ooh, and that's a 70% home run chance for McCann. And that ball is high, deep, and gone. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead on the solo home run by Brian McCann. And here's Starlin Castro, the longtime Cub, or was once a Cub. 6-9. And the Yankees, once again, are looking for extra bases here. That is a double. So Castro hits one in the alley, goes all the way to the wall, and he's on second base with nobody out. And here's Didi Gregorius, the person who started his career as a Diamondback. 3-8. That's a line out right to Nunez. He snags it. Castro gets back to second base, and that's one away. Gregorius playing shortstop. Castro is playing second base, and the third baseman now is Headley Lamar. 3-6, and that's a strikeout. All right, and playing first base today, while I don't have a card for him, I did manage to get all his information, so I will be looking off camera maybe. Is the first baseman, Ike Davis, who had like 16 at-bats. He's the left-handed hitting first baseman. 1-4 against the righty, and that's called strike 3, and Davis is not happy. However, the Yankees, on a solo home run by McCann, take a 1-0 lead. We go to the bottom half of the second. So Sabathia will face the shortstop, Eduardo Escobar, to lead off the bottom half of the second inning. 5-5, and against the righty, that's a strikeout. And here's Max Kepler, the right fielder, sorry. 6-11, and Kepler looking to do some damage here, tie the ball game, 1-14. Oh no, but that's a 15, and Beltran snags it at the wall. Oh, the humanity. Here's Kurt Suzuki, who had 2 home runs in yesterday's game. If you want to watch that video, that is up on YouTube. 5-8, and that's a strikeout. So Sabathia survives a deep fly ball, but the Twins go in order 1-2-3. And we go to the top half of the third, and it is the Yankees 1, the Twins 0. Okay, and we'll go back to the top of the order here. It's Ellsbury, Gardner, and Beltran. Beltran would get later traded to the Rangers later in the year. 3-6 against the righty. That's a high pop-up right to Escobar. He squeezes it for the first out. And here is Brett Gardner. 4-8 against the lefty. That's a base hit to center field. And will they send Gardner again? Not with 1 out. They might do it with 2 outs. They'll hold him on. 1-7. All right, that's a ground ball to shortstop. On to or ground ball second. Dozier over to Escobar. On to Park for the 4-6-3 double play. And just like that, the Yankees are gone in the top half of the third. We go to the bottom half of the third with the score. The Yankees 1 and the Twins 0. Here's CC Sabathia against Byron Buxton, the center fielder. 4-9, and that's a base hit for Buxton. And they will hold him on, but Buxton will not be going. And here's Eduardo Nunez. 5-8, and that's a strikeout for Nunez. The third strikeout on the day for CC Sabathia. 1-5 against the lefty, and Grossman draws the walk. So that puts runners on first and second with 1 down. They will hold both runners on because they have to hold Buxton at second. He's got very good speed. 4-8. That's a fly ball to center field. That's caught by Ellsbury, and all runners will have to hold. And with 2 outs, here's Trevor Plouffe. 1-8, the lefty. That's a ground ball to Gregorius. Throws on to first. And that's the third out of the inning. So after 3 complete, it is the Yankees 1 and the Twins 0. And Gibson will face Alex Rodriguez, McCann, and Castro. So there's Rodriguez. 6, 8, and that's a fly ball to Buxton, and he'll take care of that for the first out. There's Brian McCann, who homered his last time up. 110, not this time. It's ground ball to Dozier, over to Park. That's 2 down. And here is Starlin Castro. 3, 4. And Starlin Castro has a chance for home run party here. That's a 14, and that ball is gone. Starlin Castro with 2 extra base hits today. He doubled his first time up, and homers here. So it is now 2-0 Yankees, both on the long ball. And here's Didi Gregorius. Oops. We'll kind of call that a foul ball. I didn't really roll that. 5, 6, and that's a strikeout for Gibson. And the Yankees score 1, and it's now 2-0 Yankees. All right, Sabathia will face Park, Escobar, and Kepler in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 4-7 against the righty. That's a 35% single chance. No, that's a 16. Whoops, it was. And that's a ground ball to third base. Picked up by Headley, throws over to first, and that's 1 away. Or throw to the first, that's 1 away. And here's Eduardo Escobar, switch hitter, batting right-handed. 3-11. That's the lefty. That's a pop-up behind home plate. McCann throws off the mask. Says, I got it. He squeezes it for the second out. Here is Kepler, 1-7. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And we are through 4 innings, and Sabathia has not allowed a run, and the Yankees lead 2-0 over the Twins going to the top half of the 5th. And here is Kyle Gibson against Headley, Davis, and the top of the order, Ellsbury. Headley, the switch hitter, batting left-handed, 112. That's a ground ball to Park. Runs over the base himself, and that's 1 away. All right, here's Ike Davis. 4-9 against a lefty. And Davis gets a hold of one. Will they cut it off? Yes, they will. But Davis is on with a 1-out single. And he does not run very well. So they will not hold him on. And with here's Ellsbury. 5-5 against the lefty. That is a tailor-made 4-6-3 double play. And that is the second double play the Yankees have hit into this game. And we go to the bottom half of the 5th. It is the Yankees 2, the Twins nothing. And Sabathia will be facing Suzuki, Buxton, and Nunez in the bottom half of the 5th inning. All right. 4-10 against a righty. That's a ground ball to Headley. He throws over to Davis, and that's 1 away. Here's Buxton. Whoops. 5-11. And that's a base hit for Buxton. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Let's see here. 13-10. Nah, they won't. 1-11. They'll hold him on, though. 5-7, and that's a base hit for Nunez. So the Twins get a runner in scoring position with 1 out. They will hold both runners on. Both are very, very speedy on the base pass. And here's Robbie Grossman. A chance to put the Twins ahead on 1 swing of the bat. Well, they might load the bases here. There's a 65% chance. And they will. That's an 11. So Grossman bleeds one through the infield. Won't score a run, but it loads the bases for Brian Dozier. And a golden opportunity here for the Twins. They will Yankees will play the infield back to try to get the double play. 5-6, and that's exactly what happens. To Gregorius, on to Castro, over to Davis, and the Yankees are out of a jam. Wow, golden opportunity wasted by the Twins. They load the bases with one out, and then Dozier hits into a double play. All right, so after 5 complete, it is 2-0 Yankees. And we have Gibson. This will be his point of weakness inning. Actually, both pitchers have a 6-inning point of weakness, but I think maybe some... No, they're almost about the same in batters faced. 4-9, and that is a... Oh, that's a... one to the gap. And that's a double for Gardner. And we will get bullpen action. I don't like all these. Ryan Presley will be, and Michael Tonkin will be called to get loosened in the bullpen. And here is Carlos Beltran. 3-7. That's a base hit to left field. Gardner was being held on. We just didn't say it. Let's see here. 16, 15. Grossman's a +1, so 1-16. They will send him. Here comes the throw. The play at the plate is not in time. So, one out RBI, or no, nobody out RBI single by Carlos Beltran. And a runner on first. He will not be held on. Here's Alex Rodriguez. 1-2. And that is a ground ball to shortstop. And this is the 3rd double play that the Yankees have hit into. And here's McCann. He homered his first time up. Grounded to second his next time. 5-9. And a 40% chance that McCann will homer again. No, that's a double to the gap, so it doesn't quite have enough to get there. But that is Gibson's point of weakness. So all the dots now on his card are now a single 2 stars. We'll let him go one more batter, and then we will bring in, let's see here. Probably bring in Tonkin. 1-4, and that's a ground ball to second base. That will end the inning. However, the Yankees tack on another run, and we go to the bottom half of the 6th, and it is the Yankees 3 and the Twins nothing. And they will most likely bring in a reliever because Gibson is weak. Now we'll see how CC Sabathia does in his point of weakness inning. All right, here's Trevor Plouffe. 3-7 against the lefty. And that's a 50-50 home run chance. And that's the right side of the 50-50. That ball is gone. And the Twins cut the lead to the deficit to 3-1, I should say. And that's a home run for Plouffe. That'll get the fans on their feet. Here's Byung-Ho Park in the, let's see, they will get Dellin Betances loosening in the pen. So I believe they will go, yeah, they'll get Betances loosen, or they got Andrew Miller loosening in the pen. 4-8, that's a fly ball to center. This will be Sabathia's last inning. He's almost through the 3rd time in the order. 5-11 against a righty. That's a single. So, yeah, we'll give him one more batter for Sabathia. 3-8. That's a single to 4. And that's a 6. And that's a ground ball to the shortstop. throws the second for 1, but the return throw is not in time. Kepler beats it out. And here's Kurt Suzuki. This will probably be Sabathia's last batter. 5-12. That's to the first baseman, Davis. He's a 3. And a 6. Is that going to get it done? Yes, it is. It's just on the edge of in range. He ranges over, grabs it, throws to Sabathia, who hustles over to first. And that'll end the 6th inning. I think that'll be it for Sabathia. They will use their tried and true strategy of 6 innings from the starter and 3 innings from the bullpen. Whoops, that's not a 0 there. That's a 1. So after 6 complete, it is the Yankees 3 and the Twins 1. And we will not have Gibson come out to start. We will have, no, not Michael Tonkin. That's Ryan Presley, since he's a little bit better against righties. There's a lot of end home run chances just straight up for lefties. So I think we'll eschew that for this half inning. So here's Presley. 3-6 against the righty. That's a fly ball to center field. That is caught by Buxton. That's 1 away. Cordon that off. And okay. And here is Chase Headley. 5-6 against the lefty. And that is a 45% double chance. And he gets it right on the nose. That is a 1-out double for Chase Headley. And here comes Ike Davis. His 3-7. That is a strikeout. We go back to the top of the order. Here is Jacoby Ellsbury. That was a 2. 2-7. That's a ground ball to second. And that ends the 7th inning. And we go to the bottom half of the 7th. Your score, the Yankees 3, the Twins 1. And everybody up on your feet. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get Bedford's root for the Twins. If they don't win, it's a shame. It's 1, 2, 3 strikes. You're out the old ball game. Hey! All right, here's Buxton. Now we're gonna take him out because we're gonna put Betances in. Actually, well, 7th inning. No, we have Andrew Miller. That's right. Andrew Miller will be in the game here. This card is absolutely filthy, especially with the job he did in the 2016 postseason for the Indians. 3-9 against the lefty. That's a strikeout. All right, here's Eduardo Nunez. 1-11, and that's a base hit to left field. So Nunez is 2 for 4 on the day, signaling his last 2 times up. And oh boy, McKenza 1-14. They will send him. Here comes the throw to second, and he is safe. So Eduardo Nunez steals second base. And we have there's a runner in scoring position for Robbie Grossman. 2-12. That's a base hit to left field. They were holding him on. Gardner is a -1. So that'd be 1-13. They will put the brakes up because they want Dozier's bat. But they will hold both runners on. And Andrew Miller, we will have Dylan Betances. Actually, will we? Yeah, we'll have Betances loosening in the pen. Here's Dozier, 2-8. And that's a 15% double chance. And that happens. That's a 3. goes to the wall. Nunez scores from third. Grossman on his way to third. Let's see, they were holding him on, so 11 with 1 out. Let's see, it's the center field. That's Ellsbury. He's a 0. So 1 to 11, they'll put up the stop sign. And the Twins have runners on second and third with 1 man out. And Miller will be pulled for Dellin Betances. They tried to get through the 7th, but to no avail. And Miller will he'll be responsible for the 2 runners on base. So, and the Yankees will be playing the infield in, try to cut off the tying run. So the Twins once again fighting back. It's now a 3-2 ball game. And here is Trevor Plouffe against Dellin Betances. Okay. 1-8. That's a line out to first base. So the infield will now be normal for Byung-Ho Park. 3-9, and that's a strikeout. So the Twins add another run, and we go to the top half of the 8th, where it is the Yankees 3 and the Twins 2. All right, let's see here. So we have Gardner, Beltran, and Rodriguez. Let's see, Presley will not be coming out. So, lefties. So we'll have Fernando Abad come in to face the lefties, and then we'll have Tonkin come in to face the righty Rodriguez. Actually, yeah, we'll have Tonkin come in to face the righty Rodriguez. So, Abad. There. Okay. 6-6 against the lefty. That's a 30% double chance. Nope. That's a fly ball to right field. And the Yankees are getting bullpen action, and they're going to have Richard Blyer loosening in the pen. There's Beltran. 4-10 against a righty. That's a catcher X. It's just going to be a pop-up. Nope, that's a foul out to the catcher. And the Twins will make a pitching change. They will bring in Tonkin to face Alex Rodriguez. Okay. 4-9, and that's a strikeout. So Tonkin comes in, gets his man, and we will go to the bottom half of the 8th. With the score, the Yankees 3 and the Twins 2. And the Yankees will bring in Richard Blyer to face Eduardo Escobar, Max Kepler, and Kurt Suzuki. So, okay. 3-11 against a lefty. That's a foul out to the catcher. He's done that twice today. Here's Max Kepler. 5-6. Lefty, that's a strikeout. And here is Kurt Suzuki. 2-10. And that is a double down the right field line. Suzuki will stop there, and the Twins have the tying run at second base. And here comes Byron Buxton. 2-9. Oh, that's a strikeout. So Buxton strikes out for the second time today. And our score going into the top half of the ninth inning, the Yankees 3 and the Twins 2. The Yankees will get Aroldis Chapman loosening immediately. And Tonkin will come in for the pitch at least to the first couple batters. Here's Brian McCann. Against the lefty, that's kind of pushing, but... Okay, 4-12. That's a single from McCann. And here's Starlin Castro. We will have... Taylor Rogers loosening in the pen because we're not going to have him face another lefty. 3-8. That is a single to 19. And that is an 11. And that puts runners on first and second. And the manager, Paul Molitor, will waste no time going out and making the call to the bullpen. Here is Taylor Rogers. They will play the infield in, but Gregorius will be laying down a bunt. So let me get the bunt chart ready. All right, so I need 2. So he will be a B bunter. He will lay down a sacrifice here. That's a 9. Batter is thrown up by third baseman, runners advance. So good sacrifice. 5-4. And that will put runners at there. Paul Molitor will hold up the 4 fingers. And that will be, they will load the bases to get an out at any base. So that's an IBB. And Ike Davis, will he be called back? Against the lefty, yes, he will. So Ike Davis will be called back. Austin Romine will come into the game, and he will play first base. Make that notation here. Actually, I don't think they have anybody else that can play first base. And McCann. Nope. So, yeah, Austin Romine will come in and stay in the game and play first base. Because he does not have any hits on his left side. Well, he might... Nope. He does not have any hits on his left side. We have the lefty coming in. So, all right. So, Davis's day is done. He was 1 for 3 on the day. And so the infield will be in. 3-7. And look at this. Let me get this on camera. So 3-7 against the lefty. Okay, same thing. So that A+, if you play the infield in, that is changed to a single 2 stars. And so that is what happens. So they tried to play the infield in, and they got burned. And so Austin Romine with the 2-run single, that puts runners on first and third. And maybe that wasn't such a good idea. They probably would have played the infield in anyways, but it would have been maybe the same result if they had pinch hit for Romine. Oh, well. So they will sit Chapman back down, and they will bring in, they will have Nick Goody loosening in the pen. So that's 2 big runs for the Yankees. Here's Ellsbury, 6-3 to the lefty. That's to the pitcher. Rogers is a 1. And that is out of range, but he is an E51. So we kind of wanted that to be in range. The only way he doesn't commit an error is if a 2 is rolled and then a 4 through 6 on the white die. Nope. So that is a 1 base error. So the Twins are just throwing the ball all over the infield. So that'll bring home the 3rd run of the inning. It is now 6-2. And I don't really have that many left. I guess we'll get Neil Ramirez loosening in the pen. 1-11 against the lefty. That's a ground ball to first, but that'll advance the runners 1 base. So, but there are now 2 outs with runners at 2nd and 3rd. And here is Carlos Beltran. Actually, yeah, he's not much better. Okay, we'll let Beltran hit, but I think we're going to have a defensive replacement come out in the 9th. Now we'll re-roll that. That's way off camera. 3-12. Wow. Home run to 18. That ball is gone. The rerun homer by Beltran. And the Yankees have scored 6 in this inning, and it is now 9-2. And we'll bring in Neil Ramirez just to stop the bleeding. So the Twins have almost emptied their bullpen. He will try to get the final out of the inning. 3-5, and that's a strikeout. So mercifully, the inning ends, and the Bluebirds rain down. So the Yankees put up a touchdown, and after going into the bottom half of the 9th, it is 9-2 Yankees. So Aroldis Chapman will not be coming out. They will bring out Nick Goody. Actually did much better with the Indians later on in his career than he did this year. But it is a 7-run lead, so hoping that he can close the door. Okay, we'll face the top of the order in Nunez, Grossman, and Dozier. 4-7, that's a strikeout for Nunez. Here is Grossman. 1-2, and that's a ground ball that Romine ranges over and gets. And here is Dozier, the last hope. 5-8, that's to the second baseman. That's Castro, he's a 3. And that will do it. The Twins go in order in the 9th. And the final for today's game is the Yankees 9 and the Twins 2. Let's see here. All right, well, game was pretty close. I mean, going into the top of the 8th, this was a close game, but then the Yankees ripped it wide open in the 9th inning. The starters today were CC Sabathia against Kyle Gibson. Do a quick recap here. The top half of the second, Brian McCann led off the inning with a solo home run. That made it 1-0. And then Starlin Castro with a 2-out home run. The top of the 4th made it 2-0. The Yankees would push it out to 3-0 in the top half of the 6th. Leadoff double by Brett Gardner, and he scores on a Carlos Beltran single. And that made it 3-0. You thought the Yankees would be cruising. Well, they kind of were until the bottom half. Trevor Plouffe with a solo home run to lead off the bottom half of the 6th. And that would end Sabathia's day. He went 6 innings, giving up 1 run on 7 hits. He struck out He struck out 4 and gave up the 1 run. Let's see here. That would be in the end of Sabathia in the 6th. And then going into the top half of the 7th, Presley came in, did his job. The bottom half of the 7th, though, with Andrew Miller coming in the game, you got the first batter out, Buxton, to strike out. However, Eduardo Nunez singled, stole second, went to third on a Robbie Grossman single, and then Brian Dozier with an RBI double scores Nunez to make it 3-2. And you'd have thought second and third with 1 out, the golden opportunity, but Dellin Betances comes in, gets the next 2 outs. And then we go to the top half of the 9th where it all came crumbling down. Michael Tonkin came in for he got the last out in the 8th. Gave up a single to Brian McCann, a single to Starlin Castro. They were moved to second and third when Gregorius laid down a sacrifice bunt with Tyler Rogers in the game. They walked Chase Headley to load the bases intentionally. And then Austin Romine coming off the bench singles home 2 runs on a drawn-in infield. And that made it 5-2. Then Ellsbury hits a little dribbler in front of the mound. But Ramirez throws it, sorry, not Ramirez, that's Rogers throws it down the line, and another run scores. That made it 6-2. The runners move up on a ground out with 2 outs, and then Carlos Beltran with the icing on the cake, a 3-run homer, capping off a 6-run 9th. Nick Goody would get the final 3 outs of the game, and that's your final score of 9-2 Yankees. That puts the Twins at 25-41 on the year. All right, everybody, there's 3 more games left in this series. I will play them offline, and then I will do another Twins Weekend Baseball recapping the games from the previous series against the Angels and this series against the Yankees that you did not see. All right, for those that are watching for the first time, thank you. Please hit the like button and hit that subscribe. And then when you do, if you do, hit that bell icon. You'll be notified when my next video comes out. And whatever tabletop sports game you are playing, may your dice be lively and your rolls or clicks be good. Have a good day, everybody.